Rise and Grind. I'm gonna give you a quick breakdown about the Diddy case, right? This is not something I really want to do, but me being a barber, a lot of people ask me questions about jail, right? People always want to know what goes on in jail. Is it true what they say about like the gay stuff that goes on in there? Guys getting raped and such forth, right? It's kind of like how that Illuminati thing is, and people always like try to imagine what that thing is. I'm gonna give you a quick breakdown about the Diddy, right? Because people are saying that Diddy is on suicide watch because he's suicidal. That's not what that is. I'm gonna give you a quick breakdown. When you first get locked up, right? And wind these windows up. When you first get locked up, they bring you down to the precinct. Now, if you got locked up, just say Diddy caught a case in New York, but got locked up in Miami, Miami's gonna lock him up, hold him, and then New York is gonna come and pick him up, expedite him back on a plane back to New York to fight the case. That's what happened to me. I caught my case in Manhattan. I'm from Queens. Queens locked me up, and Manhattan had to come and expedite me back to Manhattan to fight the case because it's a Manhattan charge. Okay, Diddy apparently got indicted in New York. He happened to be in New York. He got locked up in New York. Once you get locked up, you go to the precinct, whatever precinct he went to. I'm not too sure. It's a bunch of precincts in Manhattan. Apparently, it might be a Brooklyn case. Well, no, it's not a Brooklyn case because he's federal. I forgot he's federal. That's the only federal holding facility in New York. New York has Manhattan House, which that's where I was at. That's right next door to where Diddy's at, Brooklyn House. No, I'm bugging. That's something else next door. I was in Manhattan House in Manhattan. Diddy is in Brooklyn House, federal prison. And then you have Rikers Island. So he's with the feds. So he had to go to the they brought him straight to the federal. So I guess from the precinct, they brought him right to the federal jail. Usually you'll sit at the jail. You'll sit there at the jail in a holding cell by yourself. Usually they're coming there. That's when they start asking you to tell right there. Like, they don't waste no time. They'll come in that room, sit you at a table. You're handcuffed to the table. Other hand is handcuffed. And if you had co-defendants that was telling, they already got the paperwork. And they're going to show you right there who's telling on you. They're trying to make this thing done fast. If you ain't got no one to tell on, if you're not don't have no desire to tell, you're still going to sit there. The next day, you go to court. You usually don't see the judge the same day you get locked up. You go to court. And if it's on weekends, you get locked up on Friday, you're finished. You're not seeing the judge until Monday, right? So you go to court. When you go to court, this is when your indictment is passed down. Indictment just means that they have enough probable cause to arrest you, to hold you, your indictment. Feds, they don't just come like the state and just lock you up for nothing, because you can make bail and get out, and they dot every I. So if the feds is indicting you, 99.9% of chance they got a lot on you. Okay? If you got a good lawyer, your lawyer will ask for something called discovery report. Discovery report breaks down your whole case, what they have in you. Secret indictment at the bottom. Secret indictment is your co-defendants, the people that's telling on you. Stuff that you probably might have left on the scene. You know, that's your indictment. Usually the judge is going to ask you how you plead, guilty or non-guilty. Usually everyone pleads not guilty. Your lawyer's going to ask for bail. If you get bail, Diddy's never getting bail, Young Thug is never getting bail, because they're flight risk. They have too much money, they have too much power. They're not getting, and they're never going to see population. They're in something called PC, protective custody. You have IPC and PC. IPC is involuntary protective custody. That's for guys that's scared for whatever reason, and they go and tell the CEO, I want to sign in. They take you and put you in a different unit. Actually, they'll put you in the same unit that Diddy's in. It's just a different unit in the same facility. It's just that you have access to no one. You don't come out in general population. You don't go to the mess hall. You don't go to the yard. You don't go to the gym. Every jail set up different. You're locked in a cell 23 hours a day. You go to rec for 1 hour. That's the law. You have to go outside for 1 hour if you want to. That's the law. And usually those cells have cages behind the cell. So you literally walk through a back door out of your cell into a cage, and you're in a cage having your little rec. People work out in there, whatever the case may be. And that's usually how that goes. You're back in your cell. You're really protected. When you get first locked up, after you go and see the judge and all that, if they don't give you bail and all that, well, even if they gave you bail, you still gotta wait 24 hours to get out. The bill has to get processed through the bail's bondsman, so sometimes it takes about 24 hours. You're not leaving that day anyway. If you don't make bail, you go back to your cell. When you go back to your cell, within a couple of hours, you'll get shipped off. The biggest facility in New York is Rikers Island. It's the biggest, the worst. Okay? I have no choice but to go to Rikers. Everybody has to go to Rikers. So, Diddy might end up on Rikers. And if you end up on Rikers, you can stay in Rikers for 5 years and fight your case on Rikers or more. But he won't be in population. Suicide watch. This is what we started this off about. Suicide watch. He's not on real suicide watch. They bring you to the hospital. They ask you, are you gang related? If you are, they know how to place you in the units, because every gang is in different units. If you're neutral, you're neutral. All the stuff has been documented. They take pictures of your whole body, your tattoos. They really don't look at your crime. Unless you're high profile, they mix robbers, rapists, everybody, murderers, everybody together. It's just more of that gang related stuff. They try to separate people. After you do that, you will go and to the doctor, the clinic. They'll take shots, tuberculosis shots and all that of you, TB shots, and then they will lock you in a cell for 72 hours. This is what we're trying to get to. 72 hours lockdown is mandatory for everyone. I did it. I was locked in for 72 hours. It's suicide watch. That's what they call it. After 72 hours, the nurse will come to your gate with a CO and ask you, are you okay? If you're okay, within a couple of hours, they'll let you out the general population. They'll ask you once again, do you want to sign into PC? That's your last chance. I mean, not really your last chance for then, unless something happened, and then you run to the cops, but the CO, and the CO would take you into protective custody. But he's not on 72-hour watch because he's trying to commit suicide. Now, well, who Diddy is? This is this Illuminati thing that I think it is, that we've been trying to figure out. And I've been telling people, Illuminati to me is not people wearing black masks looking like the Grim Reaper and all of that. Nah, I think this is high profile people in the world. We're talking about government officials. We're talking about the higher ups for like the armies, the navies, like anybody that's above the damn world. That's who is part of this. This is the elite of the elite. Like, it's like pushing the button to the top. Like, forget all the Mickey Mouse people. I know the head. If I have a contact with him, it's just saying on the ground, right where we're at, you get locked up by cops, right? But just say you know someone bigger than the whole field. Who's the biggest person in the precinct? The sergeant, the lieutenant? I don't know how that go. But say you have his number. Once you drop that number, that name, chances are you're gonna get out. So that's why I think the secret society thing is, it's the elite. And I think Diddy he rubbed these people wrong somehow. I don't know. But it's too many people, lives involved, their careers, relationships, just their integrities of who they are. So the best thing for them to do is probably get rid of Diddy. Get rid of one man saves many men. And that's just the art of war, right? Diddy could take down a force. I'm hearing stuff about Kevin Hart now. I'm hearing stuff about Jay. Every day on YouTube is something new coming out about. So you got people investigating. If these vloggers could investigate this thing and get to that, you could imagine what the CIA is doing and the feds, and they got stuff that we don't even know about. Because like I said, this wasn't an overnight investigation. These people investigate for years. So stuff will come out for the next probably a year or two about Diddy. And I'm scared for his life, right? If I was him, I won't eat nothing and I won't drink nothing. And it sounds crazy, but what are you gonna do? And if you don't eat or drink, he could die that way. So it's like really a reverse psychology thing. If we decide to kill him through poison, hold on. Let's rephrase that. If they try to kill him through poison, we do it through food, because it has to look good for the public when we post that Diddy died on TV, you know? So we would have to poison him. And if he don't eat, he's gonna die of starvation. So any way it goes, it's a lose-lose situation for him, if that's what they're trying to do to him, right? If that's what they're trying to do to him. I don't know what he should do, but it's a dangerous thing. Listen out for them saying on TV and YouTube, yeah, Diddy tried to kill himself in the cell. Diddy been doing weird stuff. If you start hearing these weird words, right, they're setting us up, our minds, to get prepared for the death of him. Because think about it, he's locked in his cell. No one can see him. There's no phone call. He can't make no phone calls because he's too powerful. He can't see General Pop. Because now you see General Pop, you could pay someone $1 million to make one simple phone call for you. You can't. They have that man so isolated. So he has no contact to the outside world. His lawyer's probably the only one that could go there in that cell and see him. And best believe there's security around his lawyer, probably listening to everything they're talking about. So, and they probably got to sign a confidentiality agreement, because they're going to be discussing the case and all that in front of these people. But listen for that. Listen for them talking weird stuff about Diddy to make him look like he's suicidal, right? Even now, the suicidal watch that I was telling you about, that only lasts 72 hours. Diddy been locked up since last Monday. Yesterday was Monday. That's a week. He was only supposed to be out by Wednesday, Thursday. If he's still on suicidal watch, something is about to come out about him saying that he tried to kill himself. And if they're saying that, they're coming for him. The same thing happened to Epstein. How you got 24-hour security watch, but you was able to commit suicide? Let me tell you something about these jail cells. There's nothing in there. It's a bed, a mattress. Some of those places don't even have pillows. You have a sink and you have a toilet. And some of them have like little lockers, like you get in school, like little lockers. That's it. There's nothing to kill yourself in there. There's really nothing. Some of them don't even give you sheets. So, especially on suicide watch, you don't get sheets, because anything that could help you hang yourself. So you're just laying on the bed. So, yeah, that was just the breakdown of what's going on. I've been watching a lot of the vlogs and talking about what's going on. I'm really interested on how this thing plays out. It's a sad situation for everyone. But, you know, this is life, right? This is how we always think that we're doing good. We out here winning, and God is sitting just watching us do all of this crazy stuff. And God is different from the average human being. We don't have patience. We'll attack things right away. God will just sit here and watch you for 20, 30 years, and he give you everything you want, and out of nowhere, he'll just vanish. And you'd be like, what the hell? I was rocking for 30. Yeah, it's weird, you know, and that's how I felt with me. Like, I committed a crime for so many years, and out of nowhere, I just got hit. So it's like, wow, you really can't hide from God. And Diddy thought he was winning, and he got more arrogant with this. I'm making millions. And think about it. Who signed to Bad Boys right now? Diddy don't really have a label. How you became a billionaire? Diddy probably was servicing high-profile people. He probably was flying out these females overseas for millions of dollars and supplying the stuff that comes with it, you know, to party. He probably was supplying party. He was a party damn promoter. So, but on a different level. So that's probably how he made his money. But the end result, everybody just speculating right now, and we just curious to see what's going on. I don't wish bad on no one, honestly, no one, because I always look back at what I've been through in life and how I messed up, and I was able to come home, and God forgave me because he been blessing me for a long period of time, going on 11 years. People forgave me. I had to forgive myself, and I had to move on and try to make my life better. So I don't look bad on I don't look down on no one that's going through it. Because right now, check this out. Diddy was a millionaire a week ago, right? I guarantee Diddy would take my job as a barber right now, making less money than he made. I guarantee Diddy would work in Walmart right now. He'll pump gas right now. Diddy would do anything right now to get out of prison. And I've seen it firsthand. Once you get to prison, your soul a lot of times be sold. You would do damn near anything to get the hell out of that situation, especially when you know you might not get out that situation. This ain't no I threw a rock through a window, I'm gonna get a misdemeanor charge and do 3 months and come home. This is a real case, right? And the best of people break. The best. And I didn't break because I always had this arrogance and I thought I was the shit, and my ego took the best of me. Diddy's kind of like that too. And I could have broke. I could have told on people. I held it because my ego of who I was as a person and how the hood would have took it. I still have my family out there, how people would approach my family. So I held my charges as a man. I held that shit down. I did my time. And I was facing a minimum 24 years and max 37 years to life. 37 years to life means I'll do 37 years. After 37 years, I'll go to parole board, and every 2 years they can hit me for the rest of my life. It's basically a life sentence. And I was smart. They have the 3-strike cop-out law. My first cop-out was 18 to life. My second one was 15. My last one was 12. I jumped on the 12. I did 11 years out of the 12. You know, you do your 85%. If Diddy was smart, he'd take a cop-out. Right? You're 52 years old. If they give you 10, take the 10, run. You be home at 62. You still got a little money stashed. Come home. You're never going to work a 9 to 5. And you live the rest of your old-ass life. Diddy's going to go in there on some dumb, arrogant shit and say, I'm Diddy, and I know how to do the bop, and we're going to trial. And they're going to blow his head off in trial. Blow it off. Y'all have a great day.